Shalawama, Shalawama. I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. And today we're going to get on the topic of Satan. So who is Satan? Okay, that's what we're going to deal with right now in this lesson. Who is Satan? Is Satan the person who we were taught he is? Okay, that's what we are going to deal with. And we're going to go through this in a scholarly manner. No doctrine, of course, no doctrine. No doctrine, and we're going to look at the etymology, and then also we'll look at the scriptures in English, and we'll look at some Ibaryath meanings too, okay? So if anyone wants to come into the chat, you're welcome to come into the chat. The link is in the pinned at the top of the comment section, okay? So let me see here. Let me get myself together. Hold on. 1 second. I'm going to share my screen in 1 second, okay? Where's my background? Let me get a virtual background going, y'all. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, never mind. All right, so let's get going because we're late. Sir, I apologize for the technical issues that I had earlier, but I lost the connection and I'm just now able to get back. So we're gonna get started with the lesson, okay? So, all right, so here we are. Let me turn this off. Put that on silent. All right. So, okay, let's get started with our lesson. Here we go. I'm gonna turn off my camera and we can get going. All right, let me share my screen so you guys can see the first document we're going to look at. This is in your Strong's comprehensive, your Strong's expanded exhaustive concordance, okay? So we're gonna look at Strong's number 7854. So you can follow the cursor at the bottom left of my page, if you can see the cursor here. So take a look at Strong's number 7854. Okay, so this is, you can see here the English, right? Where the cursor is, you can see that this is Satan. Okay, this is Satan. Strong's number 7854. So we're gonna go through this and pick it apart, okay? So we'll do analysis and we'll check it, all right? So let's begin. Strong's number 7854. Oh, wow, how did that happen? All right. Strong's number 7854 is all the way at the bottom of the page. So give me a second. I don't know how it just moved down by itself, but it did. All right, so here we go. Strong's number 7854. We see Satan right here, right? It says from Strong's number 7853. Okay, from Strong's number 7853, which is right here. So let's go ahead and read it. Here it is right here, see? There it is. So let's go ahead and read that. Again, it says Satan, a primitive root. Notice what it says, to attack. To attack. Okay. Satan, a primitive root, to attack, figuratively accuse. So Zion Law School scholars, you will notice that accuse is an abstract word, right? Accuse is an abstract word. All right, so what else do we see here? We see the Brown driver Briggs. This is strong. This is page 966C. So we're going to consider this also. Okay. So now let's go back to Strong's number 7854. So here we go. From Strong's number 7853. An opponent, especially, notice this, everyone, especially with the article, prefix. So they're talking about the, okay, the definite article, the, okay. So again, it says an opponent, okay, an opponent, especially if there's an article. Okay, so this is a special sense. If there's the direct article, the, okay, which is different from just this word being by itself. So Satan and the Satan are different. That's what they're saying, okay? So Satan, an opponent, especially if it has the article the. Keep that in mind. That's an important bit of information. So now let's continue. Let's go back up to the next column so we can continue with going through this, all right? So we have to page up. Okay, here we are. Okay, let me put this down a little bit. So Satan, where the cursor is here, Satan, the arch enemy of good. Notice that. Satan, the arch enemy of good. That's very specific, right? The arch enemy of good. Okay, is that specific? Good is a very, very broad term, right? So is Satan the arch enemy of the Most High? Is Satan your arch enemy? According to this definition, it says the arch enemy of good, okay? Arch enemy of good. Now, notice that it's translated as Satan 19 times, adversary as 7 times, and withstand 1 time. Satan 19 times, adversary 7 times, withstand 1 time. Okay, so these are 3 different ways that this word is translated. Remember, the arch enemy of good. Didn't say the Most High, right? Didn't say you, didn't say me. So we're doing an analysis right now. So use your own brain. Okay, we're just doing an analysis. Use your own brain. All right, so now let's consider further. Satan or Satan is an adversary or a plotter. Satan is an adversary or plotter. That's a schemer, right? Satan is an adversary or plotter, one who devises means for opposition. Satan means adversary, Satan. We go into our first meaning, first scripture. This is Psalms 38:20. Let's continue. David cried out because he was the target of attack by his adversaries. They also that render evil for good are mine adversaries, because I follow the thing that is good. Now let's go and check this, okay? So I'm going to stop the share, pull up my web browser. Give me 1 second. Let's go to that verse and we're going to check it. All right. What's going on? What is this? So I have to check the verse again, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh man, this is so frustrating. Okay, so Psalms 38:20. Give me 1 second. I can pull that up. Psalms 38:20. 20. All right, so. Give me 1 second. I'm having all kind of problems. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so Psalms 38:20. Let's look at this is the NIV. All right, so Psalms 38:20. The verse reads, "Those who repay my good with evil, lodge accusations against me, though I seek only to do what is good." All right, so now let's check this with the interlinear. Excuse me. How did that? Psalms 38:20. So let's check this with the interlinear. Okay. All right. So Psalms 38:20. We have to look for our word, Satan. Okay. So here we are. So let me show you the word here. So this is Satan. Okay, so that's our Strong's number 7854. I'm sorry, 7853. Well, this is 7850, excuse me, 53. Same word, okay? Well, not same word, but same root. If you want to understand this, come to the Curses course, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then also enroll in the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course. The home study self course that we have, the home study self-paced course, enroll in that. That's the place to begin so that you can begin to understand what we're looking at here and how the Ibaryath root word system works, okay? Excuse me. So here we are. It says to be or act as an adversary, resist, oppose. So here we see Satana or Satan as a verb, simply acting as an adversary or to oppose. Okay. Now, just for fun and interest, let's do the same thing. I'll teach you a skill. Let's do the same thing with the Bible Hub. All right. Excuse me. We'll do the same thing with the Bible Hub. All right, so here again, Psalms 30, verse 28, and you'll note that there are many different translations of the scripture. There's a New International Version, New Living Translation, English Standard, Berean Bible Study, so on and so forth. So let's compare. So we'll start with the New International Version. Those who repay my good with evil lodge accusations against me. Accusations against me, remember accuser, though I seek only to do what is good. All right, New Living Translation. They repay me evil for good, and remember this, oppose me. So Satana is translated here, accusations, here oppose, here accuse, here attack, Berean Bible Study, and so on. King James Version, adversaries. Okay, here they become my enemies. All right, so this is a good exercise in seeing how different Bible translators render the same word. Okay, so they're different. Okay, so in every case, we're looking at here, this word, Satana or Satan is functioning as a verb, right? All right. Excuse me, now let's go back to our document. Let's go back to the Strong's rather. All right, so here we are. Okay, so number one, we'll repeat it. In Psalms 38:20, David cried out because he was the target of attack by his adversaries, enemies, opposers, accusers. They also that render evil for good are mine adversaries because I follow the thing that is good. Okay, two, follow the cursor, two. In another psalm of distress by an individual, a man who respected the Most High, or a man who respected powers or deities, expressed his deep faith in the Most High. I'll just say Most High here, okay? Keep it simple. The writer prayed concerning those who were, quote unquote, adversaries to his soul. And here we are. Let's read the verse. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Now, notice here, David is not talking about love and forgiveness, is he? He said, let them be confounded and consumed. That means confused and destroyed, right? That are what? Adversaries to my soul. Take note of that. Take note of that. David did not act in such a way that he's asking for forgiveness for these people. No. He's defending himself, acting in his own best interest. Let them be confounded and consumed that are adversaries to my soul. Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hurt. So if David wants to have justice done in a way that sends reproach and dishonor upon his enemies, and why are they enemies? Because they have opposed, attacked, and accused him. Therefore, they are his adversaries, right? So David is not a wimp. You don't see turning the other cheek here. Okay, Psalm 71:13. Psalm 71:13. He expressed the reality of the powers of darkness against an individual who sought to live for the Most High. So that's Psalm 71:13. So we're going to go meticulously through every verse because this is an important topic. Okay, so let me pull it up. Is this Psalm 78:13? Psalm 71:13. All right, so Psalm 71:13. So let's get that. Psalm 71:13. All right. I'm only using NIV because it's at the top. Nothing special about it. Okay, Psalm 71:13. May my accusers perish in shame. Okay, so Mary, Jimmy, Tom, Betty, whoever you are out there, it's okay to want justice, or for your accusers to what? To perish in shame. David did it, you can too. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to be a floor mat. Okay, Psalm 71:13. May my accusers perish in shame. May those who want to harm me be covered with scorn and disgrace. Okay, so it is perfectly okay to want these things to happen to people who are accusing you, opposing you, and who have made themselves your adversaries. We don't have to be wimps and wusses, okay? All right, so let's continue. People don't respect you if you're a floor mat. All right, so let's continue. Number 3, follow the cursor. Imprecatory psalms call for judgment upon one's enemies. Y'all hear that? Judgment upon one's enemies. Let's continue. 3a. David's enemies became his adversaries, but he continued to pray for them. Psalms 104, Psalms 109, 4. Let's go there. Okay, let's go there. This is one of my favorite Psalms. So, was it Psalms? I don't remember where I was at. Hold on, y'all. Oh, that's my place. Psalms 109, 4, yeah. Psalms 109, 4. Uh-oh. Hold on. Wow. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Sorry about this. I'm having problems. 1 second. Losing my voice. Everything is happening. What's going on? Okay, so Psalms 104. Let me just stop this screen and let me do it again just to make sure. Okay, so Psalms 109, verse 4. Psalms 109, verse 4. All right. Here we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it. It says, in return for my friendship, they accuse me, but I am a man of prayer. In return for my friendship, they accuse me, but I am a man of prayer. You know what's interesting about this? Is he praying for them? Or, in other words, is the Strong's correct when it said that he was praying for? Let me show it again, and then we'll check it. Okay. It says here in number 3, imprecatory psalms call for judgment upon one's enemies. Judgment upon one's enemies. 3a. David's enemies became his adversaries. Notice this. So we're going to check to see if this is true. But he continued to pray for them, and they're quoting or citing Psalms chapter 109, verse 4. So let's check to see if David prayed for them. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll see. All right, we will see right now. Okay, so here we are, Psalms chapter 109. Let's get oriented on the page. All right, so let's begin with verse 1. Here we are. It says, my power, whom I praise, do not remain silent. For people who are wicked and deceitful have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues. My words, with words rather, let me repeat that. Psalms verse 3. With words of hatred, they surround me. They attack me without cause. Now verse 4. In return for my friendship, they accuse me, but I am a man of prayer. Now, let me ask you, everyone who's watching this video, did you see anywhere between verse 1 and 4 where David prayed for his enemy? I didn't see it. So let's do it again. Maybe I missed it. Okay. If you see it, put it in the chat because I didn't see it. So if you see where David is praying for his enemy, praying some good for his enemy, put it in the chat. If you don't see it, put a 1 in the chat. So again, Psalms chapter 109, verse 1. My power, whom I praise, do not remain silent, for people who are wicked and deceitful have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues, with words of hatred. They surround me. They attack me without cause. In return for my friendship, they accuse me. But I'm a man of prayer. Now, I didn't see any prayer on behalf of David's adversaries or his enemies. I didn't see anything like that between 1 to 4. So we'll go just down to 7, okay? And then we'll come back to this and we'll read the whole thing. This is one of my favorite chapters. Okay, so verse 5. They repay me evil for good and hatred for my friendship. Appoint someone evil to oppose my enemy. Did you hear that? David is asking the Most High to bring somebody evil in to do harm to his enemy. Okay? If David can do it, you can do it, I can do it, it's right and proper. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. Okay, so David is saying, hey, bring somebody in to do to them what they're doing to me. When he is tried, let him be found guilty. Okay, when he is tried, let him be found guilty. Not saying, oh, forgive him, let him get off, right? He didn't mean it, or everybody he didn't make any excuses. He said that when this person or when they are tried, let them be found guilty. And may his prayers condemn him. So this is your ancestor David, okay? This is your ancestor David. So take note, learn. Okay, so let's continue. 3b. So this right here, 3a, but he continued to pray for them. We see that this is not true. He didn't pray in a good way for them. He prayed for what? Their demise. But this is written in such a way that if you don't go back and check these sites, if you don't go read Psalms chapter 109, verse 4, or even the whole chapter, you will assume that David turned the other cheek and he prayed on behalf of them. But when in fact, David requested the Most High to give it to him, put the screws to him, right? Bring an adversary on them. Let them be tried and found guilty, okay? In other words, put the screws to him, make him hurt. And he does even more, he says even more than that as you go through Psalms chapter 109, verse 4. All right, so 3b, let's continue, 3b. So let me make this point. So it's very important when you go through lexicons, when you go through a lexicon, especially Strong's, when you go through these lexicons, you have to always read suspiciously, okay? Because there's also doctrine in lexicons. And unless you are aware of that, you're gonna be had. Here is a very good example of that, okay? We see that this is in fact misleading. David's enemies became his adversaries, but he continued to pray for them as though David was asking for something good on their behalf or turning the other cheek. This is misleading. Okay, I hope everyone can see that. If you can see that, put a 1 in the chat. All right, if you don't see it, put a 2. Okay, so 3b, let's continue. Because those enemies repaid him evil for good and hatred for his love, the king prayed. So here we are here. Set thou a wicked man over him, and notice this, Satan stand at his right hand. Okay, so is Satan the devil? That's the question. Is this Satan the devil with the pitchfork, or the other one who's burning in hell? Everybody see that? Okay, so it's not me saying it. This is a quotation, right? We see here, and let Satan stand at his right hand. that's quoting or citing Psalms 109, verse 6. Okay, so now let's go back. Remember, this lesson is about Satan. So Psalms 109, verse 6. Is it 6? Okay, let's read it again. Appoint someone evil to oppose my enemy. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. All right, so here we see that Satan is an accuser, an adversary, right? An opposer. Okay. So now let's go look at Psalms 109. What verse was that? 6 in the Bible Hub. Let's do some comparative analysis, right? Okay. Let's see how these other translators have dealt with this. All right, so let's start at the top. The new internet. This is Psalms 109, verse 6 in the Bible Hub. Okay, New International Version. I'm going to scan through this for the sake of time. I want to see if any of these. Oh, here we go. King James Version. Let's read. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. Here we see let an accuser. An accuser could be a man, right? Or it could be a woman, it could be anybody, just an accuser, right? It can just be an accuser. Okay, accuser. Okay, so why? The question is, why do they have Satan with a capital S? With a capital S. Why do they have Satan translated in the KJV or rendered in the KJV, but accuser in all of these other ones? So this is what? A proper noun, right? Proper noun. So this is like it's a person, right? Or it's supposed to be, in this case, an angel, okay? So here we see lowercase accuser. All right, I hope everybody sees what's happening. Here we see attacker. Okay, Amplified Bible. And let an attacker stand at his right hand to kill him. Y'all see that? To kill him. David is praying that his adversary be killed. His adversary be exterminated. Let me put it like that. All right, that's coming out of the Amplified Bible. So let's look at some other ones. So far I'm seeing accuser. Okay, here we see in the American Standard Version, adversary. In the Aramaic Bible, in plain English, we see Satan with a capital S, indicating what? A proper noun, a person. Y'all see that? All right. Okay. Also notice there is no what? There's no definite article the before Satan. In other words, it doesn't say and the Satan shall stand at their right hand. It just says and Satan. Okay, now remember when we first started reading, we talked about what Satana means or Satan means. Okay, it was adversary, especially with the article the, or with the definite article. Okay, so in both cases where we saw Satan, there was no definite article the. Keep that in mind. That's going to come back up in the lesson. All right, so let's see where else. So everywhere else I'm seeing accuser and adversary. And see they're lowercase a, lowercase a. All right. So I hope everybody got that. So Satan or Satana or Satan, there is no definite article the here. So it doesn't say, and let the Satan. It says, and let Satan, or let an accuser, not the accuser, right? An accuser. So this is unspecific, right? That's why it's called a definite article, the. Okay, so let's go back to it. Hope everybody is getting something out of this lesson. All right, so let's continue. So here we are. 3C, you look at the cursor, 3C, we're at 3C. When they spoke evil against his soul, David called for the Most High's reward against his quote unquote adversaries. Going from or citing Psalms 109, verse 20. So now let's go look it up. So we have to look up all of these. Okay, we have to look up all of these because this is a very important topic. Very, very important topic. A lot of people are suffering psychologically. Some people are even tormented because of this concept of Satan. All right. Okay, so Psalms 109:20 in the Bible Hub. The New International Version. Okay, may this be the Most High's payment to my accusers, to those who speak evil of me. All right, so those people who were lying on him, David is asking the Most High to pay him back. See, that's the payback, right? And you know what they say about payback? Payback is a you know what, right? All right, so here we see accusers. I'm going to flip through here to see if I see anything interesting. Accusers, adversaries, accusers, attackers. Okay, accusers, adversaries. All right. Let's see if we see anything else interesting. Okay, so this is all so far, we've seen all of this already. All right, so if y'all want to go through this on your own time, go ahead and do it. I don't want to take up too much of everyone's time going through this video. All right, so let's continue. And finally, 3D. There's the cursor, 3D. Because David's accusers had intended him so much harm. Let me repeat that. 3D. Because David's accusers had intended him so much harm. What is this telling us? What can we learn from this? When people intend you harm, they didn't do you harm yet. They intended, they plotted, they schemed. They intended to do you harm. That's different from they actually did you harm, right? So let me read it again, 3D. Because David's accusers had intended to do him so much harm, notice this. He asked that his accusers be clothed with shame and dishonor. Psalms 109, verse 29. Let's go and read that, okay? This is very important. Very, very important for us to get this through our head, right? Very important to get this through our head. Psalms 109, verse 29. Psalms 109, 29. All right, Psalms 109, 29. Let's let that pull up. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh, what's happening? All right, so let me see. Let me take a look. Shalawama John, Shalawama Willie, good to see y'all. All right, Willie, court of law accuser. Yeah, yes, indeed. Calling for judge. There you go, man. There you go. There you go. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay, so Psalms 109, verse 29. All right, so here we are. It reads, let mine adversaries be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion as with a mantle. David is not showing any type of forgiveness for these people, right? He's asking the Most High to hand it to him, put the screws to him, clothe them with shame, right? Clothe them with shame. That means destroy their entire personage so that they feel shame around other people, but also feel shame when they think about what they intended, not what they did, but what they intended to do to King David, okay? And notice what it says. It says, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion. So in other words, let them wear it like a new suit, or let them wear it like a cheap suit. I guess that's better, right? Let them wear it like a cheap suit. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. See, a Yasharala man should be strong. To be strong sometimes means you got to put the screws to people. Okay, when you put the screws to people, they'll be afraid to do it to you again. They won't even intend to do it, right? It's about power. It's about power, right? Okay, so 3E. In all these passages, so we're listening to the publisher's opinion, right? Or the editor's opinion. In all of these passages, the Most High worked indirectly by permitting individuals to act as adversaries of his people. In all of these passages, the Most High worked indirectly by permitting individuals to act as quote unquote adversaries or Satan of his people. Okay, so is Satan a person, an angel, or is Satan simply an adversary, or the act of being an adversary, the act of being an opposer, the act of being an accuser? Okay, that's what it is. Right, right. So make the distinction. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Satan as a verb and as a noun. So 4. And also this 3E is also misleading. In all of these passages, the Most High worked indirectly by permitting individuals to act as adversaries of his people. Okay, so no, David was requesting that, right? David requested it. So it was not the Most High worked indirectly by permitting individuals to act as adversaries. That's not what happened. What happened is David went and asked the Most High, hey, put the screws to these people because they intend to do me great harm. Okay, so it was not an indirect act by permitting this or permitting that. That's not what happened. So when you read these, lexicons, and when you read a reference book or anything else like that, always take note of who's speaking. Is it the editor or the publisher speaking his opinion, or is it a citation, right? And then you have to check everything. Read very suspiciously. All right, verse number 4. In another instance, David was merciful with members of Saul's family who accused him and wished him harm when he fled from Absalom. So we won't go back and read that, okay? 4A, David restrained his army commanders from killing Saul's family who had repented of their misdeeds. So now why are they putting this in here? Why is 4 and 4A in here? Why is that? That's my question. So think about that. Here's the answer. Here's the answer. Because the editor wants you, the reader, to be in the mindset of forgiving, right? Be in the mindset of forgiving. So this is the whole Christian love thing. Turn the other cheek. Love somebody even when they're harming you. Be loving, pray for them. Does everybody see that? Okay, so in other words, what I'm saying is number 4 and number 4a has absolutely nothing to do with Satan. These are examples of David showing forgiveness, right? It's out of context. So I hope everybody can see that. I really hope everybody can see that. All right, so without saying it directly, they're attempting to what? Reinforce or introduce you to the Christian doctrine of turn the other cheek, love your enemy. All right. Okay, I hope that's clear. 4b. The king did not want his officers to be his adversaries on the day of victory. All right, so let's take a look at that. 2 Samuel 19:22. Let's see if we find something interesting. 2 Samuel 19:22. 2 Samuel 19:22. Let's take a look at it in the let's take a look at 2 Samuel 19:22 in the Bible Hub. Do some comparative analysis, all right? I would like to see if they're using Satan, if any of these translators are using Satan in 2 Samuel 19:22. So here we are in the Bible Hub. I'm going to scan through it, everybody. Just follow along. If I see it, or better yet, let me search for it. Let's search for Satan. Oh, there we are. In the Aramaic Bible, in plain English, it reads, David said, what do I have to do with you, you sons of Syria, that you are Satan to me today? Y'all got that? Not the Satan. See, there's no definite article. See, there's no definite article. It's just what? Capital S, indicating what? Proper noun. This is person. Okay? That you are Satan to me today. Why? Why are they putting this as a proper noun, as though it's a person? Okay, let's continue. Today no man shall die in Israel. Do I know today that I am king in Israel? All right, now let's see where else they're using Satan. The Darrell-El's Bible says, why are you what? A Satan. And notice here, look, y'all, that's a lowercase s. That's not a proper noun. Okay, so if the person doesn't know the difference between a noun and a proper noun, they're going to think that this lowercase s, Satan, is a person, right? Right? Of course. Okay, it is a Satan. Okay, it is a or an adversary, an opposer, a or an accuser. Everybody see that? See that? So this, why is Darrell-El's Bible rendering it lowercase Satan, but yet the Aramaic is rendering it uppercase Satan? So in this case, it's a person, right? Proper noun. And in this case, it's not. Okay, so come to our Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time class, and you'll learn a lot about grammar. You learn a tremendous about grammar. You have the companionship of your co-scholars in the course who will help you, okay, and make it comfortable for you and guide you along with me so that you can learn, right? I hope that everybody sees what's happening here. This is quite a good example of how to deal with nouns, right? And how grammar is used to manipulate the mind. How grammar is used to manipulate the mind. All right, so let's continue. I'm starting to really enjoy this. All right, so let's see, where are we? Okay. All right, so we saw Satan as a proper noun and then just a regular old noun, okay? And so we can go through all of these other verses. We'll see the same thing, right? So let's go back to our document. Y'all can go through 2 Samuel 19:22 on your own time. It's worth it. It's worth going over it on your own time. All right, so here we are, 5. We're on 5. We are on number 5, so let's continue. You have any thoughts, John Walker or Willie? Put it in the chat. When I take a look at it, I'll read it. If you have anything you want me to say. All right, number 5. The Most High can also be the adversary. Oh, did you all hear that? The Most High can also be the adversary. The Most High can also be the accuser. The Most High can also be the what? Satan, right? That's why it's in quotations. Now, you good Christians, how many of you are aware that the Most High can be? We'll read from 5. It says the Most High can be the quote unquote adversary, or the quote unquote Satan, or the quote unquote what? Opposer, the quote unquote accuser, so on and so forth. So is the Most High Satan? Right? That's the question. Number 5. All right. So use your own brain, use your own mind. I'm only here to introduce and guide and to teach. Make your own decisions, okay? Number 5, the Most High can also be, quote unquote, the adversary, quote unquote, the opposer, quote unquote, the Satan. All right? When Balaam went to curse the sons of the house of Yasharallah, the Most High warned him not to do so. 5a. When the prophet persisted, the Most High disciplined him, quote, and the Most High's anger was kindled because he went, and then there's a colon, and the angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. So, and the angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. So is this the so-called devil? Is this the devil, right? Is this a person, or is it simply an adversary, an opposer, an accuser, right? Okay, should be clear, should be very clear. All right, and that's quoting from Numbers chapter 22, verse 22, 5b. The Most High stood as an adversary because no curse could undo the covenant and agreements already made with the house of Yasharallah. You know, let's take a look at that. All right, Numbers 22. I think I want to take a look at that. Numbers 22, verse 22. Let's see. We'll do a comparative analysis. Number 22, verse 22. Let's do a comparative analysis. All right. Okay. Okay. So let me pull it up, y'all, and then I'm going to share my screen. So let's see what we find when we do a comparative analysis with this. Numbers 22, verse 22. All right. So let's do it fast. Let's just do a search, okay, and see if we can find it. Okay, so again, the Aramaic Bible in plain English, they seem to be very consistent. Okay, so let's read Numbers 22, chapter 22. And the wrath of the Most High was provoked against him because he went. And the angel of the Most High stood in the road to be, look at this, to be Satan. And the angel of the Most High stood in the road to be Satan. It's a capital S, right? Indicating proper noun. Indicating proper noun. Okay, so in other words, this is saying that the Most High sent Satan, right? Or is it saying to be Satan? Okay, so come to class and you'll learn what this to be is. Okay, to be. Okay, to be Satan, an adversary to him. Now we can check this against other translations while we're here. So let's see if we can find it again, if anybody else. All right. Okay. So, okay, so let's go. Let's look at the American Standard Version just really quickly. Okay, well, let's compare this part. It says, and the angel of the Most High stood to be, capital S, Satan, an adversary to him. So let's take a look at this and see what we find. Amplified Bible reads, but the Most High's anger was kindled because he was going, and the angel of the Most High took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. Okay, so there's no proper noun, Satan. All right, let's look at the NSB 1977. Okay, so we'll start here. And the angel of the Most High took his hand in the way as an adversary against him. No proper noun. Let's see, what else? Let's go King James. Everybody seems to be attached to the King James. So let's look at the New King James first. Okay, here we are. And the angel of the Most High took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. No proper noun, Satan. No capital S-A-T-A-N here, okay? King James Bible. Let's begin reading here. And the angel of the Most High stood in the way for an adversary against him. No proper noun. He stood in the way for an adversary or as an adversary. Does everyone see what's happening here? Does everyone see what's happening here? Again, the New Living Bible, the New Living Translation. And he sent the angel of the Most High to stand in the road to what? Block his way. No proper pronoun, no person acting as a Satan. Okay? New International Version. Okay, and we'll begin here. And the angel of the Most High stood in the road to oppose him. Okay, so the angel stood in the middle of the road to oppose him. Now let's go back to the Aramaic Bible in plain English, and we'll read it again. And the angel of the Most High stood in the road to be what? To be Satan, to be the person of Satan, to be the proper pronoun Satan. And what? Descriptive of Satan, an adversary to him. Y'all see that? Should be pretty clear. So this Aramaic Bible in plain English here is pushing the doctrine of Satan. Okay. So now let's take one more look at this. Numbers 22 in the interlinear. So far we haven't seen any evidence of Satan being a person. Okay, now let's look at this in the interlinear. All right, so, okay, so here we are. So, and the angel of the Most High, y'all see it right here where the highlight is? Okay, so I'm going to read that. The angel of the Most High in the way as an adversary against him. There is no to be Satan. That should be clear, right? There is no to be Satan in the modern Hebrew, right? So the Aramaic, they just added that in, they threw it in there. So that was an injection. This is very good, a very good, very, very good lesson. Learning a lot of things. So here, to be is Strong's number 1961. To be Satan was just added in there. They just threw it in there, right? Pushing the doctrine. Okay, so let's go back to the Strongs. Okay, let's go back to Strongs. All right. Okay, so we'll go back to Strongs. Okay, so 5b. Oh, I'm sorry, we're on 6. We're on 6. The Most High took up a controversy with Solomon, 6a. When Solomon added more and more pagan wives to his harem, the Most High was greatly displeased. Okay. The Most High was greatly displeased. 6b, but when the king built pagan shrines for his wives, the Most High raised up what? Adversaries, Satan's opposers, accusers against him. Okay, that's 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 14. All right. A direct action which caused the Edomites and Syrians to revolt against the house of Yasharallah. So the Edomites and the Assyrians became what? The attackers, the accusers, the opposers, the Satans. The Satans. Everybody see that? It was not an angel, it was people. The action of the people, accuser, opposer, right? Satan. 7. Another special instance of intervention was the occasion when, quote, Satan, literally an adversary, y'all see that? This is capital S, proper noun, so person, right? Literally an adversary. Now, do y'all see what's happening here? It says literally an adversary. So if this is literally an adversary, what does capital S Satan have to be? Literally an adversary. So Satan is what? It's conjecture, right? Literally an adversary, lowercase a, okay, an adversary, okay? Let me state that again. Capital S, Satan, is a proper pronoun, a person, okay, a person, okay? Then it says literally an adversary. So Satan as a person is not the literal meaning. That's the point I'm trying to get off. Satan as a person is not the literal meaning. The literal meaning is an adversary. So if it is not the literal meaning, this uppercase Satan is what? Connotative linguistics meant to cause your mind to think of a devil who's in hell burning people. We see connotative linguistics, capital S, Satan. Connotative linguistics. Denotatively, the etymology of the word Satan is what? Lowercase Satan, and it means adversary, opposer, accuser. So using connotative linguistics, you see that a person has been made out of a word that's not even a person, right? It's an accuser, an adversary. That likes what? That's descriptive, right? But they use that to make this into a person. Again, capital S, Satan, literally an adversary. So literally means the etymology is actually adversary. So since this is different, that means that Satan, capital S, is connotative linguistics. I hope everybody sees that. Okay, so Satan, or literally just an adversary. And also note here, there's no the. There's no the. We're going to get to that, okay? Why the definite article the is important. It just says Satan, so it would be a Satan. It would be a Satan, right? Which is, so if there's a Satan, that's not a person, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so let's continue. So literally an adversary stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. So there's no devil person who stood up and provoked David to do it. It was simply an adversary, right? Simply an adversary, that's all. Wasn't a title devil or anything like that. It was just an adversary, an accuser, opposer. All right, that's quoting 1 Chronicles 21:1. Oh, here we are right here. Notice what it's saying here. Look at the cursor. It says no definite article is here in Hebrew, and therefore an adversary is in mind. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So right here, they're telling you there's no definite article in the Hebrew. Therefore, the literal meaning is an adversary, not a capital S, Satan, the devil, you know, the red, or however you imagine this person to look. It was not Satan. Satan as a person is connotative, you know, the devil and the burning in hell. Connotative, literally an adversary. And they're telling us right here, the last sentence in the paragraph in parentheses, no definite article is here in Hebrew, and therefore an adversary is in mind. See, they didn't state this clearly, did they? They didn't state it clearly. So this actually means, when you look at it in the Ibaryath or the Hebrew, it says, an adversary stood up against Israel and provoked David to number the house of Yasharallah. All right. So this is actually good. We're learning a lot here. All right. Okay, so number 8. In a parallel passage, the Most High moved David to number the house of Yasharallah and Judah, even as the Most High stirred up an adversary, an accuser, an opposer, Satan, lowercase Satan, against Solomon. So here the Most High took a direct action to test David to help him learn a vital lesson. The Most High tests believers to help them make the right choices. Now, this, of course, is the editor's comments, right? That's his opinion or her opinion. The Most High tests believers to help them make the right choices and not depend upon their own human strength. Okay, now me, myself, I don't have this opinion. Okay. In my opinion, this is reckless. The Most High gave us a brain and a mind, and he expects us to use it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have given it to us, right? He gave us our own self-will, our own intelligence, our own analytical abilities, our own mental faculties. He expects us to use them. Okay, let's continue. Now remember, this is the publisher's opinion or the editor's opinion. whoever wrote this, right? Okay, you don't see any citations here. Okay, 9, in the book of Job, the word Satan, that's capital S, always has the definite article preceding it. Again, number 9, in the book of Job, the word Satan always has the definite article preceding it. You see Job chapter 1, verse 6 through 12, Job chapter 2, verse 1 through 7. All right. So the term emphasizes Satan's role as the adversary. Notice the adversary, a specific or a definite adversary, right? So now what do we see here? All the way from the beginning up until now, the first time we see Satan with a capital S indicating a proper pronoun is what? In the book of Job. It's in the book of Job. It's not in the Mosaic Covenant or anywhere else. This is the first time we're seeing it. Okay, definite article with the capital S. Okay, so the Satan. All right, number 9a. The Most High permitted Satan, this is the proper pronoun, to test Job's faith, and the adversary inflicted the patriarch with many evils and sorrows. 9b. Satan, the proper pronoun, capital S, was not all powerful because he indicated. So now you see from 9 forward, Satan is now what? A person, right? An individual. Okay, 9b. Satan was not all powerful because he indicated that he could not get beyond the Most High's protection of Job. Now let's look at there's one more paragraph and then we'll be finished with that. Okay, so give me 1 second, let me pull that up. I think this is it. All right, so let me get this together. 1 second. Okay, 9c. He penetrated the hedge only with the Most High's permission and only for specific instances that would demonstrate the Most High's righteousness. Okay, so what do we understand about this? If you go back and look at those verbs in those verses in Job, they were not in hell, right? Shalom, Barbara, good to see you. Good to see you, Barbara. Willie, nice thought, man. Corporation or corporate person, very excellent point. All right. Okay, Shalom, Barbara. All right. Okay, so the thing to note about Job, well, do your own research on the book of Job. Okay, let me say that. So Job is distinguished from the other information we considered thus far in that there is the definite article the, and then Satan has the capital S, proper pronoun, right? Proper pronoun, indicating a person, right? Indicating a person. He was not in hell. It says that he came up to the Most High, right? All right. So there's a whole lot to that story in Job. Maybe one day we'll go through it in class. All right, so 10, Zechariah recorded a vision of Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Most High, and Satan, proper pronoun, standing at his right hand to resist him. Literally, what does it say? Literally be his adversary. So again, it should be what? Lowercase Satan. It should be lowercase Tan. Why? Because the word literally means be his adversary, whereas capital S, Satan, is a proper pronoun indicating a person. Okay, so to be somebody's adversary is not a person. So here again, we see that this is injected. Okay, this is injected. Okay, Zechariah 3:1. The Most High rebuked the adversary. All right, the Most High rebuked the adversary. Okay, not the Satan, the adversary, the opposer, the accuser. Okay, 10b, Satan, proper pronoun, that's capital S, was once again in conflict with the Most High's purposes and the angels of the Most High. So this question, 10b, is skeptical. It says this person, this proper pronoun, capital S, Satan, was once again in conflict. Well, where did we see a person? First of all, we did not see a person, Satan, proper pronoun, only in the book of Job. But all the other scriptures that we looked at in the Hebrew scriptures, Satan was not a proper pronoun. It was not a person. So again, be very skeptical when you read, okay? Satan was once again, first point, this is not true. Why? Because this capital S, Satan, is a proper pronoun, again, a person. That's not what we read. The only time we saw the presentation of Satan as a person was in the book of Job with the definite article, right? Otherwise, it was just an opposer, accuser, right? Which could be anybody, okay? All right, so it says once again in conflict with the Most High's purposes. That's also not true because we didn't see that. Where did we see in the verses that we read a person, a proper person, being in conflict with the Most High's purposes? We didn't see that. Go watch the video again. That is not what we saw. That is not what those scriptures said. All right. Again, so why are they doing this? This is to what? Push a doctrine without you being aware of it. The reader is reading passively and accepting what the author or the editor is stating. Okay, so here is a very good example of what? Using words, using a story to create what? To create an image in your mind, to push a doctrine. Yes, indeed. Shalom, Lewis, good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Okay, so 10b is absolutely false. Satan was once again in conflict with the Most High's purposes. We didn't see that in anything that we just covered. And the angels of the Most High, we didn't see that either. But the adversary was not all powerful and was subject to rebuke by the Most High himself. We only saw this in Job, right? So y'all study Job and you'll find out more about why this is in there. If you study the book of Job, right? Study about it. You can read it, but study about it. Learn something about what scholars have to say about the book of Job. Okay, so 11, a general usage of, y'all see this, lowercase Satan or adversary. So they're playing with people. In this case, Satan is lowercase, right? Lowercase, adversary, lowercase. In this case, it's uppercase. So proper noun and just a noun. Proper noun, okay? It's not the same. It is not the same. A general usage of Satan, lowercase Satan, which means adversary. Its etymological meaning is simply adversary. See, that's descriptive, right? All right. Appears in First Kings chapter 5, verse 4. Again, number 11. A general usage of Satan, lowercase s, which literally means adversary, appears in First Kings 5, verse 4, which reads, But now the Most High, my power, have given me rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary or evil occurrent. Okay? So this is not, in this case, being used as a proper pronoun, is not being used to identify a person. 12. In another instance, David went over to the side of the Philistines. In attempting to fight with them against the house of Yasharallah, some of the Philistine leaders doubted David's sincerity and felt that he would be an quote unquote adversary, opposer, accuser, a Satan, right? Based upon everything we just learned, in any battle between the two armies. That's quoting or citing 1 Samuel chapter 29, verse 4. Okay, so now let's consider the synonyms. Okay, Strong's number 7700. All right. Okay, and then after that, we'll go to Brown Driver Briggs. Okay. Strong's number 7700. Let's see what we get. I don't know how this is going to read online. If I need to, I will read it out of the hardcover. All right, Strong's number 7700. Okay, y'all notice this? What? Probably a demon. Now this is a synonym. Well, let's look at the let's look at the definition of it. We get a precise meaning for synonym. Okay. And okay, that's weird. Okay, synonym. Here we are. Synonym, a word or phrase that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word or phrase in the same language. Okay, so this is saying that this Hebrew word indexed at 7700 is a synonym or the same or nearly the same as the word Satan. Strong's number, I think it was 7754? I'll get it together in a second. So let me ask you, so is Satan a demon? Or are demons, in other words, are demons fallen angels, or are demons Satan? So probably demon. Okay, so probably demon. All right, so let's look up demon. Okay, let's see what we find. Look, y'all. Okay, so we see demon in the Greek, so that would be New Testament. And the only other citation where we see demon is what? Where? Strong's 7700. Okay, they sacrificed to demons, so this would be plural, and this would be singular, right? Psalms 106:37, to demons, plural. Okay, so here we see the plural there. So let's take a look through the Brown Driver Briggs real quick. Okay. So I hope everybody sees what's happening here. I hope everyone sees what's happening here. So demon, the word demon is not occurring. It's not occurring in the Torah, right? It's not occurring in the Torah. Let's go back. All right. But yet it is used to define. Oh, you don't see it? Y'all don't see it? Okay, thanks, Barbara. Because I go, thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so let's go back to it. Let me go back because I don't know where the screen stopped sharing. So let's go back to here. Okay, so number 12. So I'll go back to 11. Okay, so 11, a general usage of Satan. Now notice this is lowercase s, as opposed to the proper pronoun uppercase s, or uppercase Satan, proper pronoun lowercase Satan, right? So 11, a general usage of Satan, lowercase Satan, which literally means adversary. Its denotative meaning is adversary. Its etymological meaning is adversary. Appears in 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 4, which reads, "But now the Most High, my power, have given me rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary, Satan, opposer, accuser, or evil occurrent." 12. In another instance, David went over to the side of the Philistines in attempting to fight with them against the house of Yasharallah. Some of the Philistine leaders doubted David's sincerity and felt that he would be an adversary, opposer, accuser, a Satan in any battle between the two armies. Now here we are, synonym. Everybody see it? Synonym. Synonym. Strong's number 7700. So let's look into this. Okay. Am I picking up where y'all? Okay. So I'm going back to Strong's. Okay, so we're at Strong's now. So this is Strong's number 7700 in the Hebrew part of the lexicon. Okay, Strong 7700. Remember, this is a synonym. So let's go to it. Part of speech, masculine noun. Okay, definition, probably demon. Probably demon. Okay, now let's look up the word demon. Okay, this is in the dictionary, in the Cambridge, dictionary.cambridge.org. So synonym, what's the meaning of synonym first? A synonym is a word or phrase that has the same or nearly the same meaning as another word or phrase in the same language. So what are they saying here? They're saying that, let me pull it back up. They're saying that Satan has the same or nearly the same meaning as this word indexed at Strong's number 7700. That's what we're dealing with here. So let's confirm or deny that. Okay, Strong 7700. Meaning probably demon. Probably demon. All right, let's go down further. Okay, so a demon as what? As malignant. A demon as malignant. Okay, we all know what malignant means, right? Okay, so maybe we'll come back to that. So here we see Deuteronomy 32:17. They sacrifice to demons. Okay, they sacrifice to demons. In the KJV, it says they sacrificed unto devils. Okay, and we're gonna look at this in the Bible Hub. All right, so let me just copy that. Let me take a look. All right, so now let's go into demons. So what's a demon? What is a demon? So that's a question I have for everyone. Is Satan the same as a demon, or are demons different from angels? Anybody remember? Put it in the chat if you remember. Demons and angels are different, right? They are different. Okay, so probably a demon. It says here, demon, as a noun, an evil spirit or devil, especially one thought to possess a person or act as tormentor in hell. Okay, so we saw nothing about this in the Hebrew scriptures. So this is all what? All doctrine, right? all doctrine. Okay, 2, a forceful, fierce, or skillful performer of a specified activity. Now, let's look up devil. Okay, so devil, we see New Testament. How do we know it's New Testament? Because it's Greek. We see New Testament, Greek. Okay, devil is what? Strong's number 7854. This is the word we've been using. Okay, this is the word we've been researching right now. So devil is Satan. So y'all, I hope everybody understands what's happening here. I hope everybody understands what's happening here. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Probably demon, probably Satan. Why didn't they just put Satan, or why didn't they just put adversary, opposer, accuser? Why did they put demon? Again, they're pushing a doctrine. So I hope it's clear. When we looked up demon in the Strong's, it gave us the word that's translated as Satan. Everybody see that? Everybody see that? Now notice here, lowercase s. Okay, not a proper noun, not a proper noun, not a man, not a person, rather, not a person. Okay, but notice here, A, it has it as a proper noun. See, as noun proper. Y'all see that? And probably, very good point, Barbara. Very, very good point. And demons, this is wild. This is funny. This is really funny. Okay. So here again, you see doctrine, don't you? You see doctrine because they have it as a proper noun, right? They have it as a proper noun that's not supported in scripture. All right, so let's go back. Let me just show y'all this again. I wanted to show you that, again, devil is in the Greek or New Testament. There's no devil in the Hebrew scripture. Okay, the word for devil, let me show you the search. Oh, demon rather. Okay, let's look up devil, devil. Devil, there's no devil in the Hebrew scriptures. Well, wait. Let's look at Strong's 8163. That was another synonym. So let's take a look at this. Strong's 8163. I'm glad we pulled this up. It says adjective. This can be used as an adjective or a noun. Okay. It can be used as an adjective or a noun. What's the meaning? Hairy, hairy, hairy. The meaning of this word is hairy. Let me show y'all this, okay? So you can see it. Let me go back to the Strong so you can see it for yourself. Okay, so synonym, we looked at synonyms. We see Strong's number 7700. Now we see Strong's number 8163, right? Strong's number 8163, synonym. That means it means the same or very nearly the same as Satan, okay? That's the definition of synonym. Okay, so now let's go back here. Here's Strong's number 8163. It means hairy. They're translating it as devil. Everybody see that? All right, so as I said, you have to read suspiciously. Read suspiciously, okay? So here again in Brown Driver Briggs, now masculine demon, okay, with he-goat's form or feet. So in other words, this is really saying just a hairy he-goat, okay? See, so here's a Strong's meaning, shaggy, shaggy is hairy. Okay, as a noun, it means he-goat, okay, or by analogy, a fawn. It's translated into English as devil, goat, hairy, kid, rough, and satire. All right. Okay, so we see this is all what? doctrine. All doctrine. Devil is not in Hebrew. The word is hairy. This is quite comical. All right, so let's continue. Wow. Let's continue. All right, apparently, so this is Strong's number 7700 out of the Brown. So we looked, this is a review. So this is the NAS exhaustive concordance. They're rendering the word. And so the word has a foreign origin. That's even worse. This is not even a Ibaryath word. This is not a Hebrew word. Demon is not a Hebrew word. It's a foreign word. Y'all see that? NAS exhaustive concordance. It is a foreign word. It's not even Ibaryath. Probably demon. Remember what we looked up, demon, right? Demons are not angels to begin with. Okay? Go back and review the video so I don't have to repeat what we discussed about the demon. Okay? All right, so demon and then demons. Okay? So here we see these cited in Deuteronomy 32:17. This is again a foreign word. It's a foreign word, right? It's not ours. It's foreign. This is doctrine. This is doctrine. This is doctrine. Demons and devils, that's doctrine. We just proved it. All right, so Strong's. A dolmen. I wonder what this is. A dolmen. Wow, look at this. They have dolmen children's stories, and they're saying that this is a demon. But you have to be very careful about your children and what they watch. Y'all see that? Cute little cartoon, but it's about demons. Its name is a demon. Okay, demon, mythology. Okay, a noun. So demon, noun. Okay, in ancient Greek belief, a divinity, a supernatural being of a nature between a God, so I guess this would be an angel, and human. All right, so y'all see that? All right, a divine or supernatural being of a nature between angels and humans. Okay, so this could not be Satan, right? The proper pronoun Satan, the angel, impossible. All right, so let's continue. All right, so let's get rid of that. We'll go back. Hope everybody sees this. I'm saying that this is doctrine because it is not the etymological meaning of the word, okay? Devil is an English rendering coming out of Greek mythology, right? All right. Okay, Barbara, good points, good points. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. So we've completed that. So now all we have to do is the Brown Driver Briggs, and this is going to be really fast. Okay, Brown Driver Briggs will be fast. All right, so here we are. This is Satana. Satana. Satana is the root, 3 pictograph root, Satana, Satana. Okay, Satana, a masculine noun, simply means what? An adversary, not a personal pronoun. Notice here, two. It has a personal pronoun. Personal pronoun, so this would be a person, right? Because it's a personal pronoun. How do we know? Uppercase S. All right, so now there's no evidence to support that other than what? These are different, these are how the word is represented or presents in different languages. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, that's what that is. All right, so there's no evidence of this, at least not yet. We have to go to number 2. When we go to number 2, we'll see exactly what they're saying. Okay, adversary. Now we know from the scriptures we looked at so far There's no evidence of this except for what? In Job. But in Job, there's the definite article the, right? Here, there's no definite article the. So there's no evidence of this. I hope everybody follows that, sees it. Okay, 1, adversary. In general, personal, or national. So in other words, Peter, Jimmy, Alex, they may have an adversary. That would be personal, right? Or it could be an adversary of a nation like the Philistines or something like that. Okay, that's what that's saying. All right, so this is just a little bit we have to go through here and then we'll be finished. Okay. All right, so we looked at most of these scriptures, I think. 2, superhuman adversary. Okay, so they're quoting Job, right? A, of Job. Okay, so they're quoting the book of Job and then the verses that we looked at, y'all. I'm not going to go through all of those. All right, so now let's look at satana as a verb, as a demonstrative verb. It says be or act as an adversary. That's what we've been reading the whole time, right? Be or act as an adversary. Okay, so let's continue. It can also mean what? Oh, no, this is a different word altogether. Satana. Oh, no. Okay, satana. So this is a noun feminine. Okay, accusation. Okay, so this is it meaning accusation as a feminine noun. Okay, satana. Okay, hostility. And then that's it. That's all that the Brown Driver Briggs brings forth. But note that it's not showing a definite article. So in the book of Job, there's a definite article. So you have to be very, very suspicious, skeptical, and analytical when you read. So whether or not this publisher made a typo when they left the Satan out, I don't know. Right? Or maybe this publisher is correct. Maybe there is no the Satan. Okay, I don't know. Right? But the only thing we can do at this point is investigate the book of Job to see if it's what? To see, 1, if it's authentic, and 2, to see if the is an insertion, right? Okay, so that's what we could do. That's how we would handle that. So that concludes this. I don't have anything else to go through. I mean, we covered all the information. That's really it. So, but this was fun. This was very fun. This was a fun topic. There's a lot to learn here. So what we could do is go in Job. Let's go and look in Job just to have fun. We can look in the book of Job just to have fun, all right? So Job, get Job in the interlinear. So without these verses in Job, well, let me restate that. These verses in Job, these are the only verses where the Satan is presented as a person. But note, he's presented not as a devil, but as somebody who has access to the Most High, right? All right, so let's see. Let's find Satan real quick. I think it's verse 1 and 2. Okay, so let's see. Let's find it first. What verse is that? Let's find the first occurrence. Okay, Satan's first attack. All right, so this is verse 6. And there was a day, and when it came, the sons of the Most High to present themselves before the Most High, and came also, what does it say? Satan, right? Capital S. So here's a definite article, ha, Okay, and then we see this makes this noun a what? A proper noun. Okay, so we see the definite article here. Okay, so definite article, the Satan. Now, of course, in the Ibaryath, there are no capital letters, right? So the decision to capitalize Satan comes from this definite article, comes from the definite article. Okay, so this could be the attorney, the doctor, the lawyer, the whomever, right? The definite article makes something definite, right? Like the car as opposed to car, because you say what car, right? So in this case, this is saying the adversary as opposed to a adversary, right? It's definite, specific. Okay, so let's see, where else do we see this? All right, so we see the same word coming up, rendered at the same time. That the highlighted word is the same word. All right, so let's take a look, see how this is. Let's go back to the first one. Okay, what verse is this, y'all? Okay, verse 6, what chapter? Oh, Job chapter 1. Well, let's go to, okay, so let's go to Bible Hub. Bible Hub, okay, Job chapter 1, verse 6. Let's see what we can do, what we can see in comparison. Okay, let's see if they all translate. I wouldn't be surprised if they all translated as Satan, because Satan as a proper noun is needed in order to do what they do in the New Testament. Okay, with the Satan in the New Testament. Okay, so let's see. So we see Satan, accuser, Satan. So Satan, so I'm seeing Satan everywhere so far. Let me scroll through it. Yeah, okay. So the implication of what we considered, what we reviewed so far. Oh, okay, so here we are. Here we are, the Britain Septuagint translation. It says, and the devil came with them. Okay, and the devil came with them. All right, so let's see. So I'm seeing Satan. Okay, Satan the accuser. Satan came. See, this is actually not what's written there. They added that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see, okay, and so here, this is back in Job chapter 1, verse 6. I'll start here. To present themselves before the Most High, and came also Satan among them and said, okay, so this they added. Y'all see that? This is an injection. Satan the accuser. Okay, so that's trickery, right? That's trickery. That's not supposed to be there. That's an injection. So if it's just Satan, it's just going to be what? The accuser. This makes it look like it's a person. Everybody see how that works? Okay, so here's an example. It says Satan came also among them. There's no Satan the accuser. Okay. And you can check these on your own. You can see where scholars have injected to push their doctrine. So without this doctrine of Satan, the accuser, as we saw, was just interjected, then the New Testament Satan falls apart. See, Satan the accuser. Okay. And Satan is a title, right? The adversary, that's a title. The accuser, that's a title. So in other words, what this is saying, the accuser, if you read this literally, it's saying the accuser came along with them. You read that literally. All right, so let's continue. Okay, so the adversary and also the adversary. So now y'all see here, it's capital A, right? Indicating what? Proper noun, proper noun, a person. Y'all see that? Here they put it as a proper noun. All right. So make whatever you want of it. It's your decision how you uh, what conclusions you reach from our analysis. Just be aware that nouns and proper nouns do matter. Adjectives and adverbs and verbs, all of this stuff matters, okay? But again, Satan as a person or proper noun in the book of Job is needed, because otherwise the Satan in the New Testament would not be possible. Okay, so now let's see how the Amplified Bible deals with this. It says, and Satan, and notice in parentheses, it says adversary, accuser. Notice what it is. This is lowercase adversary, lowercase accuser. So, in other words, this is telling you that adversary and accuser are what? The literal meaning of Satan. Okay, we looked at that in the Strongs, right? We looked at that in the Strongs. So this uppercase Satan is connotative linguistics. Amplified Bible is showing you that. The literal meaning of this word, spelled capital S-A-T-A-N, the literal meaning is adversary, accuser, opposer, so on and so forth that we just went through. Now, let me show you this. Everybody read this. Amplified Bible. Now, there was a day when the sons of the Most High, the angels, right? They're telling you who it is, came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan, now they're telling you what this literally means. Adversary, accuser also came among them. So now let me show you, let me refresh your memory. Keep this in mind. Let's go back to the Strongs. Excuse me. Here we are. Okay, so let's go back to the Strongs. Where do we see this? I want to show you where it said the. Was it in the first? Let me find it first, y'all. Okay. Oh, here we are. So, okay, so look at number 10. Look at number 10, okay? Zechariah recorded a vision of Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Most High, and Satan, capital S, proper person, capital S-A-T-A-N, proper person, Satan, standing at his right hand to resist him. Notice what it says, literally, be his adversary. So this is what it's telling us, literally be his adversary. That is not a proper person. Okay, so there's another one. I'm gonna bring the other one to your attention. I think it's on the first page, but let me just go through this to make sure. Okay. Okay, so yes, so let's look at the other one. All right, so I'm going to show the other one. I think it's on the first one we looked at. So let me show that. All right. So here we are. This is Strong's number 7853. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. Okay, if I don't find it right away, y'all have to go back and check it for yourself. Okay, give me 1 second, see if I can find. Oh, here we are. Here we are. So this is the first page that we looked at. Okay, let me reorient everybody. So this is Strong's number 7854. Satana, Satana, Satana. All right, so let's look at number 7. Number 7, take a look at the cursor. Number 7, number 7. Take a look at the cursor. Yeah, okay, Willie, all right. Let me see. Lewis says, have heard some leaders say that Satan is one of the sons of the Most High. Satan, in this instance, Lewis, that's coming out of the book of Job. That idea right there is coming out of the book of Job, where it has the definite article the in front of Satan. So it's the Satan or the accuser, right? The accuser. So in that instance, if you accept that that is right and proper, not a Jeremiah 8:8 occurrence, if you accept that, I'm not saying that I do or don't, I'm saying you as a scholar, then in that instance, the opposer or the Satan would be, right, would be one of those people that you mentioned in your comment, or he would have access to the heavenly courts. Okay, so but that's a Jewish teaching, right? That's a Jewish teaching. Okay, so number seven. Another special, let me read it again. Number 7, another special instance of intervention was the occasion when, quote, Satan, proper noun, right? Capital S, proper noun, capital S-A-T-A-N, proper noun, that means a person. Satan, notice what it says, literally an adversary. So in other words, the denotative, the etymological meaning of the word here, translated as Satan, is literally or etymologically simply an adversary stood up against the house of Yasharallah and provoked David to number the house of Yasharallah. Again, an adversary, okay? Not a proper noun person. Y'all see it? Oh, yes, of course. Yes, of course, Louis. I understand that you're just saying what's out there. I understand that. So when I'm speaking, Louis, I'm speaking to the audience. So yeah, I understand that you understood that. So I'm speaking to like people who this information might be new to. Okay. All right. Okay, so Satan literally simply means an adversary, as we just covered with everything we discussed in Strong's, okay? With everything we discussed in Strong's. The only deviation from it just being an adversary, an opposer, a verb, right? Somebody, remember, to act as an opposer or someone who's acting as an opposer is in Job chapter 1, 6 through 12, and Job chapter 2, verse 1 through 7, where, so I'll go ahead and read verse, number 9. In the book of Job, the word Satan, capital S, proper pronoun, always has the definite article preceding it. Okay, so this is the only place where that's happening, in the book of Job, right? In the book of Job. It's nowhere else. Nowhere else. Okay, only the book of Job. So the term emphasizes Satan's role, that's the proper person, as the adversary. And I don't agree with that, because first you need to establish that there is a person, Satan, and that has not been established. The role of Satan, according to Job, the adversary, okay, that's there. Okay, but that's like a job title. The adversary, okay, the lawyer, the doctor, the Marine, the fighter pilot, whatever, right? That's a title. A title is not a proper person. I hope everybody sees that. A title is not a proper person. Okay, so Barbara says, so was made up to scare the crap out of course. Of course. Of course. See, we didn't see anything about burning in hell, right? Or Satan being some person living in a fiery, tormented, a fiery place where everything is on fire. All right. Okay, so the book of Job says that there is a title. There is a title the adversary. Okay, so Job is saying there is a title of quote unquote the adversary, but it says nothing about the person. A person is a proper noun. There's nothing about a proper noun, Satan, only the title. Does everybody see that? The adversary, okay? That's a title, not a person. Libra codes. What's that, Willie? All right, so there we have it. We covered Satan. All right, Strong's number 7854. So no need to be afraid. No need to be afraid. Just how far and how deep does a line go? Well, remember the line is, remember the video we did together, Barbara, about semantics? Remember that? Semantics. Look up what, okay, give me 1 second. I'll look it up real quick. Libra codes, okay. 1 second. Libra code. So everybody should watch that video on the semantics on our YouTube channel, Zion Law School. Okay, I'm looking it up. Can y'all see the screen? All right. Okay, so here it is, the Libra code. So Willie, here's a Libra code. It says a Libra code set out rules of conduct during hostility for Union soldiers throughout the Civil War. Even today, it remains the basis of most regulations of laws of war of the United States and is referred to in the foreword to the Department of Defense as Laws of War Manual. Is that correct? Willie, can you, okay, so Willie wanted me to read that, but I'm not familiar with this topic. So I really can't comment on it. But Willie, you're welcome to comment either in the chat and I'll read it, or you can come into the classroom and explain it. So, but other than that, that's it. This was pretty fun. I think a lot was demonstrated in this lesson because the publishers really did do a lot of extra stuff, right? Demons and devils and hairy and hoary and, you know. Okay, so Willie said yes. All right, okay, Willie. All right. So Willie says it got everything to do with the Bible. Okay. I'm not familiar with the topic, Willie. If you text it in, I'll read it. Or you can come into the classroom. The link is in the top at the top of the chat if you want. Oh, tell us about Lilith. Oh, Barbara, maybe next time we can go through Lilith. I really don't want to do doctrine on YouTube. Maybe we can discuss it. I try to avoid Lilith when, well, not Lilith, but just doctrine. When we do Genesis chapter 1 again, I can go into Lilith, okay? But I really don't like to do too much about doctrine. Okay, but I can show it. I can show where it comes from. Okay, I can show where it comes from. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I don't see any more comments in the chat. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope everybody learned something. Let's see. Oh, Lewis, you're correct. You said, I have heard some leaders say that Satan is one of the sons of the Most High. That is according to the doctrine that he's an angel, a high-ranking angel. Let me see. I'm reading through all of this stuff. I'm reading through all of the comments. Okay. Okay, Barbara said, thank you for doing this. I was crying my eyes out because of my family is turning against me because I don't do Christian paganism anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but things will only get better for sure. So Willie said, doctor, personal or national, what you see. I got opposers, man. I got personal ones. But they're not having any success against me, though. Let's see. Willie says, study law, study codes, study statutes, etc. Let's see. Barbara says Baphomet has a goat head. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Barbara. And his hearing. Yeah. Let me see. Barbara says demons are different. It's all BS. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's it, y'all. There's really nothing else to cover on this topic. I covered it all. Willie says all cap is a name of a person, or all cap named person. That's what Willie said. Okay. So let's see. Oh, nice point, Willie. Court of law accuser. Good point. Very, very good point. Court of law accuser. Very, very good point. Excellent point. All right. So thanks everybody for joining this live. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Let me see if I can turn my, somehow or another, my virtual backgrounds have disappeared off my computer. So I don't want to turn on my camera because you'll see nothing but a green screen behind me. Okay, so that's it. If you like what you heard, sign up for the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course. It's a home study course, self-paced. You study at home or at work or in your car or while you're exercising. It's streaming, so you can do it at your convenience, okay? It's 113 lessons. It's, for all practical purposes, is basically free. $1 for 24-hour trial. You can take as many of the 113 lessons as you want. Okay, I'm sure you're going to want to keep this this course for years and years to come. I'm absolutely certain of it. It's only $10 per month to subscribe. No contract. You can cancel anytime. Okay, and you're going to learn. You're going to learn a tremendous amount, and you'll be on your way to developing the skills that you saw me demonstrating right now in this live stream. Okay, you will learn the basics of Ibaryath. Okay, so it's there for you. It's for really, for all practical purposes, it's free. It's $1 for 24-hour trial, so you can experience it, right? If it's not everything that I'm saying, if it is not outstanding in every way, something that you've never experienced before, don't subscribe. You have nothing to risk. $1 is nothing, right? So subscribe. We'll do the $1 trial, and I'm sure you're going to want to subscribe. It's basically free. It's only $10 per month subscription. Okay. All right. Okay. Willie says my new name is Yasharon, now in court on record. Okay, that's excellent, man. Excellent. Congratulations, you're able to do that. You know, congratulations. Yes, yes, disembodied beings. Excellent. Willie, Barbara is asking you, how did you do it? All right, excellent, excellent. Okay, so make sure y'all go enroll, support me. I'm Dr. Yasapa with Zion Law School. Support my work. It costs money for me to do everything that I'm doing. Basically, I'm giving that course away, the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course, the streaming, home-based, self-paced Ibaryath course. I'm basically giving it away for free for $1 and then $10 per month. You cannot get, you can't get that anywhere. Easily, that course is, the value of that course is between $7,000 and $10,000, okay? Check the tuition at other schools where you're gonna learn Hebrew. You're not gonna even learn our language, you're gonna learn modern Hebrew, okay? So you'll learn all of that stuff. You're not gonna learn Ibaryath, and it's just $10. But also on Saturday, come to our Saturday class, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You come for 2 classes and observe. You don't have to pay anything, you don't have to buy anything. You're gonna learn a tremendous amount. All you have to do is show up. The link is in this video for the 101 Ancient Ibaryath home self-study course. And the link for the Saturday live class is also in the description of this video. So with that said, y'all, I'm gonna say, at my time, it's 12:30 at night. No, it's almost 12 o'clock at night, my time. So almost midnight here. So everybody have a great day ahead. I'm going to say Shalawama, meaning may the Most High return to you every debt that's owed you. May you receive, may we get our inheritance back faster. Okay, and may you have justice against those people who have harmed you or accused you or attacked you. Shalom, everybody.